28 grams of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I can
Pour this over 30 through. Then circle as a whole time for another minute 20. But over that minute 20, right, and get about 40 grams.
You should become a Bristol, my man. I've never done something. That's what.
I've had that. It's not the best. It all depends on which one you get, I guess, but probably it's the same one. But
Just have fun, man.
I have a whole real memory, so yeah. I'm the same. I've had it tested and you got nothing.
No, I'm honest. I'm not a big
But yeah, I've had that one, and again, it all depends on the barista, all that sort of stuff. That all makes a difference.
Did you just like hit this?
Yeah. And so then they put them together to make it's really nice flavour.
Would die through that run.
Again, it all depends on the bean, but it's really not too bad.
Yeah, because you're getting the prep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't want that. You know, I loads of times I get it. So you've got to be careful about that, mate. But yeah, it's good, man. As long as it's not burnt.
Okay,
yeah, just one flavour, not bitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, yeah, no, it's like alcohol, stuff like that. You don't all depends on something, BB and
yeah,
the name, but I get what you mean, some of the process and stuff. Yeah, no, lovely.
Where's the...
Dragons.
So, mum quite wet people like that. Just
About from there to here. My 21st birthday. My dad died 4 days before my birthday. And so either that or skydiving. Because I want to do something crazy. So my siblings kicked in. Like 4 of them. I'm like, yeah. But and then
he's your best mate, so he's putting rings up. It's pretty consistent.
super people just get Can you hear me?
love for me. Darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were someone waiting for me. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark, you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our
Family and friends, thank you for joining us here today as we join Vicky-Rae and Robert in marriage. It is our joy to witness and celebrate their wedding in a rich celebration, sustained as we are in the mysterious power of all creation, whose core is love. Vicky-Rae and Robert come here today as two individuals seeking to become one in marriage. By choosing to marry, you do not lose your individuality, but instead enter into a promise of new life, united by your love. And we, your family and friends, have gathered here to share in your joy and to ask the infinite power in creation to bless you. We hold that marriage is a gift, sealed by a tender, lasting, sacred covenant. A moment of silence. Love has gathered us here today to witness the joining of Vicky-Rae and Robert. Had those gone before us been here today, they would have been incredibly proud to be celebrating this marriage with us. Still, we feel their presence with us, as they surround us with their spirit and shower us with their love. It is in their memory that we now light this candle. We'll light the candle. Shall I come down and do it? Robert?
I'm not going to
Take time. We've got all the time in the world.
It will light.
Let us all bow our heads for a brief moment of reflection to acknowledge their presence here with us. The marriage of Vicky-Rae and Robert brings together two different clans and their two unique storylines. Today, a new chapter in their life begins to unfold. Although this relationship was formed out of the love these two have for each other, their marriage will ultimately be blessed by the support of their families and friends. So at this time, I formally ask for that blessing. All of you here present on this day, they ask that you be more than only friends and family and honoured guests. You will recognise this special union as well, welcoming the marriage of the bride and groom. If so, please say we will. We will. Thank you. We'll now begin the marriage rites. I, Fiona King, as the marriage celebrant, and do hereby by law to solemnise this, your marriage according to the laws of Australia. Before you enter into marriage in my presence, and in the presence of these witnesses, I'm bound to remind you publicly of the solemn, serious and binding nature of the relationship you're about to enter. Marriage according to Australian law is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Okay, so now I'm going to sit down. Alright, I'm just going to wing where I am for a biscuit. I'll stand here for the moment. Vicky-Rae Vicky-Rae have chosen to perform a hand fasting as part of their wedding ceremony today. You may be asking why together as they say their vows. If you're a fan of the movies, Princess Bride, or Braveheart, or the Game of Thrones, and Outlander, I'm a fan of all of them, they all have hand fastings. It might be said that the act of hand fasting inspired the terms bonds of holy matrimony and tie the knot. Hand fasting is part of the marriage celebration in pagan religions, where the couple leaves hands to form an infinity circle, symbolising the entirety of the universe as represented in their relationship. With that in mind, bride and groom, please join hands in the infinity circle. Know now, before you go further, that since your lives have crossed in this life, you have formed ties that bind you to all. As you seek to enter this state of matrimony, you should strive to make real the ideals that give meaning to both this ceremony and the institution of marriage. With full awareness, know that within this circle you are not only declaring your intent to be handfasted before your friends and family, but you speak that intent to something greater, to the mystical power of love itself. The promises made today and the ties that bind are greatly strengthening your union. They will cross the years and lives of each other's souls calling. I now ask you both, do you seek to enter into this ceremony where you will make a commitment to each other to live together as husband and wife?
We do.
They do. No, I feel like I'm a person. Yeah, thanks. That's all. You are holding hands today during this ceremony to symbolise the physical joining in a spiritual covenant. Remember that marriage itself is an active engagement. You will at some point have to get your hands dirty. Working at it. With that in mind, remember that these are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years for a lifetime of happiness. These are the hands that will countless grief racks through your mind. These are the hands that will hold you tight as you struggle through difficult times. These are the hands that will give you support and encourage you to chase your dreams. Together, everything you wish for can be realised. Symbolise the binding of promises. This ribbon which we are using today is Robert's clan Raritartan, symbolising welcoming Vicky-Rae from her clan, McCracken, to giving his name to her, his family and his clans as well.
I, Robert William Reed,
In the name of the Spirit of God,
in the name of the Spirit of God
that resides within us all,
that resides within us all,
by the life that courses within my blood,
by the life that courses within my blood,
and the love that resides in my heart,
and the love that resides within my heart.
take thee, Vicky-Rae, Bernadette, Cracken, Rennie, Take thee, Vicky-Rae, Bernadette,
Yep, take thee, Vicky-Rae Bernadette,
McCracken, Rennie, Clark.
McCracken Renier Clark,
Great, well done. To my hand,
to my hand,
my heart,
and
my
my spirit,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
to desire thee and be desired by thee,
to desire thee and be desired by thee,
without sin or shame.
without sin or shame.
For naught can exist
for naught can exist,
in the purity of my love for thee.
in the purity of my love for thee.
I promise
I promise
to love thee wholly
to love thee wholly
and completely,
and completely,
without restraint,
without restraint,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in plenty and in poverty,
in plenty and in poverty,
and in life and beyond,
and life and beyond,
where we will meet,
where we will meet,
remember,
remember,
and love again.
and to love again.
I will not seek to change thee in any way.
I will not seek. Wait, what was it? Oh, oh. Ye blood of my blood
And bone of my bone.
and bone of my bone.
I give thee my body,
I give ye my body
that we two might be one.
that we two might be one.
I give thee my spirit,
I give ye my spirit
till our life will be done.
till our life will be done.
And so it always be. Vicky, please repeat after me. I, Vicky-Rae, ended the Brandon Vinegar. In the name of the Spirit of God, that resides in us all, by the life that courses in my blood, and the love that resides in my heart, take thee, Robert William Reed, to my hand, my heart, and my spirit, to be my wedded husband, without sin or shame, for naught can exist in the purity of my love for thee. I promise to love thee wholly and completely, without restraint, in sickness and in health, in plenty and in poverty, in this life and beyond, when we will meet, remember, and love again. I will not seek to change thee in any way. I will respect thee, thy beliefs, thy people, and thy ways, as I respect myself. Ye are blood of my blood, bone of bone. I give you my body, that we two might be one. I give you my spirit, till our life will be done. The knots of this binding are not formed by discord, but instead by your vows, eager of the member of the God. For as always, you hold in your hands the making or breaking of this union. And so the bond is made. I'm just going to hold this up for a second. Okay, it's action time. Today we will use this sword to symbolise the swearing of oaths. Someone go get a sword.
She's better with a sword than me.
This sword which we're using today is in Nordic style, recognising Vicky-Rae's Scottish Nordic ancestors that have come before us. The swearing of oaths was a crucial component of their lives. And so we continue that tradition now. Vicky-Rae, please repeat after me. I, Vicky-Rae,
I, Vicky-Rae,
swear by the gods of both Isa and Vanna,
swear by the gods of both Isa and Vanna,
and by the sacred iron that I hold,
and by the sacred iron that I hold,
that I give you my loyalty
that I give you my loyalty
and my fealty,
and my fealty,
If ever my hand is raised to you
If ever my hand is raised to you
in rebellion,
let this
yeah, go for it.
let this holy iron pierce my heart.
There you go. Robert, please repeat after me.
Yep.
I, Robert, swear
I, Robert, swear
on the cross of my Lord Jesus Christ
on the cross of my Lord Jesus Christ
and the holy iron that I hold,
and the holy iron that I hold,
that I give you my loyalty,
that I give you my loyalty and my fealty.
do you know this off my heart?
I ask that this holy iron pierce my heart. At least it's the wrong word. Yep. So, yep.
His name. Hello, beautiful. Hello, beautiful. Oh, you got to.
Nobody wants to say your button.
Okay. Would you like to give me your hand, please?
These rings are
Yep.
circles.
Yep.
Hold on a tick. Show them off a bit.
Show them off a little.
Yeah,
You gotta show 'em off.
a little.
You go to the Lord of the
Hold on a
Rings
tick.
thing.
Yep, that's the way. Let me say stuff and you can show off the rings. These rings are circles, symbols that remind us of the sun and the earth and the universe. You gotta have a ring.
I can't wait.
Symbols of holiness, of perfection, of peace. That which has no beginning or no end. In this moment, okay, now so we're going to bless the rings. So have you got two of them?
Of course. Brenda has all of it here. Brenda has everything. What do you want?
So Brenda, come around the front and show them. We're going to see this now.
Come on down for the price is right.
Have you always rented?
Now we're all going to bless the rings. In this moment, let us all bring our blessing to these rings, so that they may remain symbols of unity and commitment. Grant that the love which Vicky-Rae and Robert have for each other now may always be as unending as these rings. Let us take a moment and send our prayers, our thoughts and our love to these rings, so that as they wear them, they will carry our love with them as well. Vicky-Rae and Robert, as you wear these rings throughout your marriage and your lives, may they remind you of the love you share within each other. All right, so now come back up and. Oh, really? Wow, that's fantastic. This is the first for me. Okay, just pick a ring. Okay, Brendan, out there for two. Oh, okay, right. Okay, give Brendan a clap. He was awesome. Okay, I'm heading over here. Get your hand ready, beautiful. I'll get his hand ready because Vicky, you're going first. That's it. Okay, we're good. Vicky, please repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring, I gave word.
Let it ever be a symbol of my love.
Let it ever be a symbol of my love.
With this ring I thee wed.
Let it ever be a symbol of my love.
Let it ever be a symbol of my love.
Now you can have a drink, guys. Vicky-Rae and Robert would now like to take this time to toast their new life together. It is a tradition in Scotland to toast the friendship and love with crash. This small pewter cup, which was here, this small silver cup has two handles symbolizing love and partnership. Beautiful. As you both hold this cup, so yeah, pick it up. Yeah. Where's the firework? Oh, that's right. Okay, as you both hold this cup. I'm not. Let's secure it. No, Yeah, just take a little bit now. Yeah, zoom in and
Get a few good photos ahead.
okay. Brilliant presentation. Look at the skin.
Beautiful.
Okay, Brenda, so you might as well go stand right behind them for not too much.
Not your usual serve.
Not usual serve. Just a symbolic serve.
Oh, yes, the one time she got it right tonight. It's beautiful. Love it.
What's a nice fresh bottle?
He's a very fresh bottle, yes.
Just get over it.
It's been sitting there 2 years.
Very nice. Alright, puppies? Yep. Like it's certain about
Just just a little bit.
Oh, geez, 2 years too long, isn't it?
Definitely for a small serve.
Nothing usual?
There we go. Beautiful. Okay, thank you, Brendan. You've done your job.
One drink or two.
Okay, so as you both hold this cup, reflect on how your love for each other makes you stronger. Your marriage today is a partnership which prepares you for the challenges and triumphs life will bring you. Vicky-Rae, as you drink from this cup, know that you have a husband to have and to hold. Please take a drink from the cash. Robert, as you drink from this cup, know that you have a wife to love and to cherish. Please take a drink from the cash. That's the way.
I'm a lightweight. I'm a very
As you
lightweight.
have shared from this cup, you have promised to share all that the future may bring. And may the sweetness that life brings be all the sweeter because you have drunk from this crash together. You can have a kiss. Okay, we're going to sign the documents. Let's make this legal.
Another friend getting married and they've got it too. I think it's just a wedding song.
Wow, that's actually exactly how I feel. You know, that's why it's good to honestly find just want people that have that same kind of, you know, like whatever kind of vibe a little bit.
I loved it, but then it all sort of fell apart. Psychology. I love my face and coffee. I'm a fan of coffee. Yeah. And coffee Yes, that's exactly it. You feel someone listening. You know, that's the biggest thing with psychology. You feel alone.
A lot of the time, because yeah, some places, so we did wear our like
attention. I do hope that you all enjoyed your entrees. It is time to start.
Yeah, I've got to bring that one.
Good evening, everybody. For those of you who don't know me already, I'm a friend of Vicky's. My name is Georgia, and I'm the maid of honour. To start off with, I'd like to give a quick word of thanks to all the staff at the venues who've made today run beautifully smoothly. God knows that Vicky and Rob deserve it. Now, usually around now, the maid of honour has some funny anecdote about how she met the bride. Unfortunately, our story isn't quite so cheerful. It's not funny, there's no laughter. But I will say this, the very first day I met Vicky, I saw the absolute best of her. She saw me at my worst, and I saw her at her best. You hear all these stories about extroverts who adopt an introvert. I never really think it's going to happen. Well, it happened. The day I realised I'd been adopted by an extrovert, Vicky turned up to uni with a birthday present for me. How many weeks into our friendship? And proceeded to take great joy in my cooing over the duckies on the wrapping paper. And now she knows my greatest weakness. Over the past few years, I've learned that Vicky is equal parts the toughest and hardest of women. Yeah. And at the same time, the softest and most delicate of hearts. Yeah. She's the kind of person that will willingly talk a complete stranger out of a panic attack. The kind of woman who will tell you in no uncertain terms, when you need a kick in the pants, to put on your big girl panties and do what needs doing. She and I have seen the best and the worst of each other. She is my person. She is who I go to when things are good, and she is who I go to when things are absolutely awful. She's my person. And Rob, dear
Rob.
I'm certain, absolute certainty, he knows exactly what is coming. If he fails to take care of my person,
Sorry, Georgia.
Not the best idea.
Yeah. She doesn't need that.
Yeah.
Good point.
I have hands. I grew up with brothers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Both of them taller than me.
Oh,
I'm sure.
Right? Now, I do, however, suspect very strongly that the decision to let Rob look after my person is the right decision. When I saw his face as Vicky came around the corner in the church, I don't think I've seen more adoration in the face of another human being than I saw in that moment. And all the little bits of anxiety, those little bits of fears that my person wasn't going to be looked after, they disappeared for a minute. I have watched Vicky throughout our whole relationship. I knew Vicky before Rob, and I have watched her grow in confidence, and I have watched her grow into herself. I have seen her smile more, breathe easier post-Rob. Since everything came together, Vicky has been more of herself. And that tells me that this is a good idea. I'm confident, Rob, trusting you with my best friend, with my person. I know you will protect her kindness and her softness, and I know you will keep the steel in her from bending when things are hard. You will be her person. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to propose a toast. Yes. To Vicky and Rob. A life. One of love, laughter, and few tears. May you grow old and creepy together.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Georgia. Georgia, because somebody's obviously on the same frequency on the microphone, just took it in the stride.
Yes.
And I'm thinking it's much better that somebody did that in a wedding where there's 30 or 40 people than 400.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Our next speaker tonight is the mate of honour. Got to label him perfectly. Please welcome Brendan to the microphone.
Hey young guys, my name's Brendan Parks. Well, I have to be very formally introduced because we're in a nice place, so we're going to try and be nice. Vicky. Being right here, like just standing in this situation, it's not real. I don't believe it. For me, seeing you happy, man, you've been by my rock in like for the past 6 years. You've looked after my family, you've looked after me, and you've done so much for the community, and a lot of people do understand this. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the person I am today, and I promise you, I wouldn't be here today. So I just want to say to you, right, and of course you, Rob, this is my best friend. No, this is my mum, man. If it comes down to it. Listen, here's a speech man here. Am I speaking? I'm speaking.
The hospital said I was dead.
Yes, but I have met Vic in the past, and I've never seen her more happier. Genuinely. I cried at the first parkay, and she walked in. I didn't want to believe it. I'm looking at her, I'm like, that's not her. No, that's not her. She's wearing it, and she's walking in the realization of Brendan's happening, and I had the honour to walk her up. It's a lot. And I think you understand what that means. Like, I mean, not being, and I understand like in that position of being not being a father in a sense, but being that person that you believe. I could never experience a day ever again. I mean, this is one of the best days of my life, and I promise you this will be the best time of your life. You've got a beautiful man that understands you, and you understand him. Yes, they have their quarrels, but that's a relationship. You've got to have it though. And these two are very entwined. I wanted to make it funny today, Vic, but unfortunately this is real. And I love you, Vic. No, look at me. You are the reason, and you deserve everything right now. So I'll raise a toast to everybody right now. Raise a toast to the best people in the world, and to the best people in the beginning. Happy marriage, Mel. You're welcome. Always welcome. Thank you guys for that. Thank you very much.
Maid of honour. Now, the best man. Please welcome Stephen to the microphone.
Steve says red tape. Not true.
Yeah.
No, I'm not charging those, so, you know. Yeah. But look,
Well done.
there's a few typos in this I've seen, but I'll do my best.
Well done. Thank you.
Alright. Hey guys. Alright, look. No, look, this is bad. Look, Rob, before I do this, I've got a confession to make.
Yes. Good confession.
Juicy stuff.
Oh, lovely.
The other day, I was at a Foot Locker store, and
I love you.
I saw a pair of Nikes that I took home.
Oh no! You did it!
I bought a pair of Nikes.
Oh no!
They look so good, and but here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem, and you know this all too well, Rob. They offered no support. And support support is what you guys give each other, and that's what this wedding's about.
Take the answer, don't buy Nikes.
Literally, you know, Rob does not like Nikes. He does not like Nikes.
Hey, Dave, you taught me that one.
Although he wears Target too.
Oh, yeah, well,
She's a type.
each their own.
That's bougie. Go
Bougie,
I know.
that's right. Give me them colours.
But look, guys, I've known Rob for a long time. I watched him care for his dad all through the last years of his life.
Oh, wow.
I saw him lose his father, and I know there was a lot of pain there. And with that, Rob did struggle to reconnect for a bit of time. I saw him push a few people away just because it was a bit tougher, and I think he was afraid to open his heart and have it hurt again. But when you guys met, the fear disappeared. You guys were straight to each other. It was support straight away. It was a perfect fit. To you, yeah, perfect fit. That was another paediatric pun. Yeah, this is my problem. I spelled it podiatric.
Yeah.
But look, it wasn't because of the sad values and morals or passions. It was because of the support. No matter what they are, who they are, the support's there. Rob has always been someone to know, or claim to know, a bit about everything.
Yeah.
And he'll keep you informed too. You know, having a conversation with him can feel like talking to, you know, Amazon Alexa.
Yeah.
You know. But the thing is, Vicky, you're able to call him out on occasionally.
Oh, I love it.
But
It's the best.
and the thing is, when that happens, you'll have a laugh about it. You know, you won't attack each other. You'll have a laugh, and you'll be able to move on. You know. That's one of Rob's favourite things about you, Vicky, is you've got your dogmatic principles, you know, and with that, you know, when you're passionate about a cause or a belief, you stand for it and you stand strong. And, you know, I think we all think that's fantastic, but I think that's one of Rob's favourite qualities in you, you know, because what you stand for is people and equality, and it's beautiful. It's a gift to this world, and Rob's blessed to be a part of us. And I think for you it's the same sort of thing. It's his support for what you go for. You know, he supports you no matter what you're going for. You know, and we all know Rob, he likes to run in every direction at once.
Yes, that's
You
for
know?
sure.
And he likes to have a base in everything and, you know, build his Amazon Alexa database. And at the moment, Vicky, you've opened so many doors from student support and everything, and you're working together in it. You know, it's amazing.
That's a good job.
Individually, you guys have your own challenges, but together you stand as one. And that's the most amazing thing about you guys, you know? You always come back together and support each other, and again, the paediatric pun, the fit is good.
Close enough.
Close, yes, yes.
That's how many sips of this have I had?
Not enough.
So congratulations, you guys, and here's to the lovely life ahead.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Oh, lovely.
Round of applause for Stephen. The TAFE stories are available later on near the whiskey bar. If you
I like it.
We won't tell everybody in front of everybody, but
Thank
you
you.
will tell you. So, see Stephen later on for
I
that.
appreciate it. No, I'm joking.
Now,
Wasn't there when they needed to blow up the lab?
You just told us.
So there might be some TAFE stories as part of the next speech because it's now time for our bride and our groom to stand up together.
Oh, okay.
Round of applause.
Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for being here today, especially since many of you knew that I'll probably be saying a few words, so thanks for sticking with me. First of all, I just wanted to set the record straight. I understand that there was a little bit of bet going as to whether or not Rob will cry when he saw me walk down the aisle.
It was contacts.
He did have tears in his eyes, but that's because, as a son of an accountant, he didn't have to watch our budget anymore.
Yeah. Yes.
So where do I start with Rob?
Oh.
He's kind, intelligent, gorgeous, charming.
Oh wow.
Sure.
I can't read the rest of your writing, so you're going to fill me in later.
Yes! Yes!
Wondering, so let's just get it out of the way.
You do it.
Yes, he's been kill checked. And as far as I know, everything's working wonderfully.
Ooh! I love you. In the background.
Now, obviously, at some point, I should probably mention a few more things about Rob and the man that I'm married today. What can I tell you about Rob? He's terrific. Couldn't tell you all the things that he's done over the many years, but he's up to
Yeah, you gotta do it.
22 years ago today, you asked a 15-year-old me, through tears, to be your girlfriend, and I made an oath to you that I'll always be there for you, for the good, the bad, and the ridiculous. All of it. I also remember you walking me home that very same afternoon and scaring the living shit out of me. Because she didn't have any idea what was going on. Whilst things didn't work out as we envisioned back then for reasons beyond our control, today, before our friends and family, we reaffirm that same oath. As I pledge to you to be your shield wall when things become too much. I pledge that I'll always love and honour you, as I have done both near and afar for many years. Asking me to obey, though?
No! That's the problem!
My cousin can get you this.
I promise to support your hopes, dreams, and aspirations, as frivolous as they may seem. They scare the shit out of me sometimes. But I promise to put the size 9 boot firmly up your ass.
Oh, yes. Oh. You got
Whenever you need a daily dose of reality. I promise to just deal with it. When you take the necessary steps to take care of me, and when you go on about pharmacology for hours on it. I also want to say a few words to my father-in-law who is here tonight. You one old man. For those that didn't know, I had the pleasure of knowing Chris during my teenage years, and while he treated me like even a daughter back then, like he was adamant that he would get me into the Anglican church.
Oh,
right.
I bet he didn't think though that I'll be stealing the family name in the book.
you know!
How do you know it wasn't his plan all along?
I will tell.
To my maid of honour, Georgia, thank you for your support and help during the planning to this very moment. Even if it was very obvious, but we were incapable of pushing each other's buttons. We couldn't push one in the elevator. Brendan, what can I say, bruv? Come a long way, baby. Long way. Well, I knew Brendan when he was 14, 15, something like that. Aww. So I've seen him from a wee little thing that was afraid of his own shadow.
Every day.
And talking to people on the phone. I used to have to give you a script.
Literally.
And now he's outspoken as he is now, doing sale of the century with my rings in the chapel.
I know, right?
Our best man, Steve. Thank you for everything, brother. I appreciate everything that you do, for both myself and Rob.
Always here.
I'm here,
Love bridesmaid Kelly.
Yeah, I know.
You know everything that we've been through, but absolutely everything. And
Yeah.
it's been a lot to get to this moment. So, thank you. So, I'm just going to raise a toast before I pass over to Rob. Here's to a long life and a merry one, a quick death and an easy one,
Yeah.
an honest one,
Yeah.
and stiff whiskey and another one.
Yeah! Yeah, that's it. Okay, Robbie, your turn.
Yes.
What have you got?
Kissy!
Kiss!
Everyone is meant to do.
Oh, this is a great thing. Enjoying this. Wow.
Whiskey. And I'm a very lightweight, as you can probably tell.
Yeah.
You didn't even have half a shot at the chapel.
I had a shot.
You had a shot?
I had a shot.
But hey, it looked good.
It did?
Yeah.
Yeah. It did.
Except for the 10 minutes after where you're like,
Yeah, I was kind of burnt my throat to hell.
Yeah.
Okay. There is someone here I've got to thank today before anyone else for actually getting me and Vic together. Susan.
Oh, thank you, Susan. Yeah.
Good way.
Now, we know when we all go to high school, we always pass notes, so I go Susan notes saying, can you pass that chick out for me?
No, yeah, as scared as it would be, yeah, of course.
I was a gentleman.
Yeah, gentlemen, yes.
Besides, before that, I spent 4 years at a boys' school, so
Oh,
I didn't know how to talk to females. I was scared of it.
yes.
And if you know Vic, that's something scary enough. But I don't remember the crying part, being the guy I am.
Oh, look, you heard.
Now, I've never cried in my life.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
pregnant balls.
I know.
Yeah, hey, Siva.
Oh, no.
contacts.
Okay.
That's on contacts and like.
Yeah, contacts it was.
Yeah.
Contacts.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
contacts.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did, yes, I said so.
Sorry.
I didn't really take me home.
Ah,
and
yeah,
I think
yeah.
the first thing your mother asked me was, is Vicky pregnant? And I said, no, I kind of don't believe in sex before marriage. She
Oh,
goes,
wow.
are you sure? Then she goes,
Then why are you here?
she asked me a more interesting question. She goes, are you just going out with Vic to show people you need to leave a job?
Oh!
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I've had too many drinks, so the true stories come out.
Yeah.
But Vicky's right. After that, we did have our separate ways because,
Real shit, Rob. Come on.
unfortunately, my dad became sick for about 20 odd years.
I know, I love you, bro.
You'll be in 2 minutes. I'm actually talking for once. But Vic and I basically went to Helen back in those 20 years. And when did we catch up again? It was about
About 4 years ago.
2017 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
I was outside the school and she's told me she had to eat healthy, so I wrote her a note and said, his prescription, eat an effing vegetable.
Stealing my planner.
Yeah.
I drew a picture of a carrot.
Warriors don't eat rabbit food.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
why I drew a carrot. She hasn't had a carrot since.
Yeah. Oh.
There's like,
So,
Come on.
so yeah, we caught up about 4 years ago. And we're still going through very bad relationships then. Then I remember, all I remember from the 20th of, January 2019, apparently I gave Vic an ultimatum.
Yep.
So I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
Convenient.
No, I just came in for sepsis infection, heavy antibiotics, and something else.
He was high as a kite in the hurricane.
Yeah.
I was that high, you wouldn't have known who I was.
Definitely Vicky's in this background. I love him. Thank God.
But apparently
You're the
that
OG
came
here.
true today,
Yep.
I think.
Yep, you
I hope.
did.
Because I said, I've got an idea. What I said in that ultimatum was, ditch the idiot we're with and marry this idiot.
You and
It was something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it was basically, would you leave your ex-husband for me? And I was like, give me till September. I don't talk to
And
me.
that dinner was done. I promise you.
Good night.
oh yeah.
No, I actually said I did the answer in the next 10 minutes or so.
Oh.
Something like that.
Yeah, I didn't have time to even think about it. It's like, yep, you got 10 minutes.
Schedule.
That's okay, Rob.
I've
Yeah.
watched, being the Southern account, 10 minutes is long enough for any business deal.
Yeah.
So
Very.
we kind of sealed the deal. Well, we closed the deal. Haven't sealed it just yet, so
Yeah.
Cheers
you're
to
getting
that.
drunk.
Yeah.
But huge thanks, Steve. I've known Steve, God, what, 11
Yeah.
No, it's
12 years.
9?
Yeah, 12 years, man.
So it'd be 12 years.
Yeah.
Without Steve, I probably wouldn't have been here tonight. Because when my dad was really sick, I remember one time my dad had a stroke, and anyone who knows me knows I love science.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knows that science beats anything, especially, psychology, Steve. It's the good, not the dark side.
Not the dark side.
Science of the mind.
But there was one point where I actually stopped believing in science because of what was happening with my dad, and Steve actually got me back on track to the light side of the Force.
Still no Jedi. Still no Jedi.
Hey, I've got the sword. Just doesn't light up.
Work in progress, Vic.
Hey, he goes,
Seal the deal.
Seal the deal, that's
in
it.
about 2 hours.
Too long.
So, but yeah, Steve's basically his family.
Thank you.
So, ever need a shot of the cry or just, you get drunk, but you still owe me a coffee as well. Always here. Brendan. What can I say about Brendan? I have wanted to smack his head in a few times. I still, there's been times where, Brendan, you've been an absolute brat.
Gotta have the days.
Brendan, get in a bit.
Boom, boom. Oh, yeah, I promise you.
I didn't bang on the door, I just walked in the room and said, get up. I live next door. But, no, Brendan's been there through thick and thin. I can't thank you enough for what you've done to me. Because without your help, I doubt she'll be here now. And I still remember the time the hospital wrote on your actual release form, I was your father. So I can
I'm not
actually
joking, it was real. This is your father. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I am your father.
I am your father. Yes!
Georgie?
You're about one of the only people who gets away with calling me that, you know that, right? Yeah.
Oh.
There's about 3 people in the world who's allowed to do it.
Yeah, but George is
I called
soft,
you Georgie this morning.
It's also a state. And, it's like New Jersey. About Georgie, again, Vic wouldn't be here. And I can't thank you enough. And also, I got someone to talk music with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't talk music with Vic because she listens to
We listen to
weird
real
stuff.
music. No.
Define real music. Sunshine?
And define it if I wanted to. No.
Music.
Mozart, classical.
Excuse me. All music is real music. It's just a matter of understanding.
Rammstein's in.
Deep.
Very deep right there.
So,
Yeah, Rammstein's in.
yeah, I don't know what else I'm going to say in my speech because, I've had a few more drinks. I've had 2.
That's fine.
Let's raise the
I've had
glass.
3. Oh, yeah, raise the glass.
Raise the glass.
We're meant to be. Woo! That's right.
That's my one water.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the speeches. The main course will be coming out soon.
Beautiful.
And after that, we'll be cutting this beautiful cake. And we'll be dancing to some real music, whether or not
Yes!
or not.
That's it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your main course.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I did lie, and I do have a microphone that's working now, which is good. Rule number 1 of emceeing is have a microphone that's working.
Yes.
Hopefully it continues working. Rule number 2 is check with the bride how many speeches we're going to have before you do it. So there was a speech that wasn't on my list. Doesn't mean it wasn't important. Our bridesmaid Kelly has a speech. So a big round of applause. She seems to have thought that she got away without doing the speech, but she has not. We've found her and we're bringing her to the microphone.
Yeah. We keep everything running. It was like 40 minutes.
You're just like,
It's my job to watch you though.
That's right. You go.
Yeah, thank you. Who was it? It was you that dropped me in.
I remember it, okay?
Alright, so hi everyone. I'm Kelly. I'm Vicky's friend and now Rob's friend / I'll be watching you.
Technically, I'm sure you have. Work-wise.
so funny.
That just sounded really nice.
Yeah, that just made it
Alright, so it's an honour to be here today with you all for the very long anticipated wedding of Vicky and Rob. I know it's been a long time coming. I discovered today that it was 22 years to the day, which is why it's on a Tuesday and I've got the day off work. So thank you so much. And finally, here we are with this magnificent bride and her groom celebrating a match made in history. So, yes. I'd like to start off by thanking Vicky and Rob for asking me and my family, who are just down there, keep an eye on those three boys because they're quite suspicious.
Oh, no.
The beads in his hair. Yeah.
Let me forward.
Oh yes, always. Thanks, Rob. It's a privilege to be a bridesmaid today beside this beautiful couple and to share these special duties with our gorgeous maid of honour. Maid of honour and glamour and sexiness, I should say. I've only met this, everyone, yeah, to share these special duties with you. I'm losing my face. Everyone here, you all go to uni together, so you probably have already met Georgia. But if you haven't, make sure you acquaint yourself with Georgie. I called you Georgie twice this morning.
How many people get away with that? You're very lucky.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And we've only met twice.
Are you kidding? I thought you guys were best friends. Oh my god! Wow! Wow, there you go. There you go.
Heaven.
Yeah, so I've only met this vivacious woman twice. But Vicky obviously has great taste in friends. I'm living proof of that.
Yes! Yes.
But take it from me, Hairspray has nothing on Georgia. Every conversation seems to turn into a live impromptu theatrical musical. Right, spoil your eyes. So cool. Boys, I've decided I like boys in skirts.
Yeah.
Backwards and sideways.
Sorry.
Vicky and I met one cold winter night more than 6 years ago through my business, and it was a night I'll never forget. Everybody I noticed has said everything that I've got to say in this speech, so that's why I was hiding.
Saying
No, so it was a night I'll never ever forget. The Vicky I met that night 6 years ago was quiet as a mouse, politely asking for not much at all, and seeming like someone who constantly sits in the shade of others, really never wanting to be seen. That night was so unforgettable because to me, when I really looked at Vic, despite her seat in the shadows, I felt like I was sitting across from this Viking warrior queen, trying to remain undercover until the village raid. I kept waiting for someone to yell out, Valhalla! And jump out from behind their fearless leader with swords blazing, ready for the spoils of their conquests. But no, there was no raiding, no looting, not even pillaging on that night.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Oh yeah.
I could feel the warrior queen energy oozing out of Vicky, as I'm sure we all can now, and often wanted to jump out of my chair myself and start the battle all on my own, but that probably would have looked a little too random and weird even for me. I knew this Vicky for a number of years, puzzled about this inner Valkyrie, the queen that kept neatly beneath those dark, dark eyes of hers. How could someone with so much fight, passion, and ambition not be screaming towards the battlefield of life every day? Oh, getting emotional.
Oh, don't. I'm the tea bearer. I've got you.
In my business, is a team building exercise that I do some mornings. I have my team start the day doing a thing called soul gazing. It's really cool. Soul gazing is when you stand face to face with somebody and you take their hands, unless it's COVID and you don't touch each other. And you stand and you look and stare deeply into their eyes, very intently, with the intention to go beyond their eyes and deep into their soul. And you hold that gaze for at least a minute. It's very uncomfortable for the first 10 seconds and then something just happens. It's a magical thing. Without fail, this exercise ends up in tears and hugs and a renewed sense of deep connections. And I've actually solved lots of conflict in the workplace just with a soul gazing exercise because you connect as a human. It's a beautiful experience to feel like that and to know that you've been seen for who you really are. The energy shifts immediately once everyone has spent a minute seeking the soul of another. And this is why I hold so much gratitude for you, Rob. Fuck me. Just said fuck in a speech.
Oh, you're there.
I lost a bet.
You did.
That living in the shadows part of Vic was finally seen. By you walking back into her life, I think you've known much longer than I have that part of Vicky that had been tucked away. And as only a soulmate can do, you saw the warrior queen. And out of the shadows, she gradually stepped. I watched this glorious woman over the last 2 or 3 years bloom and explode and launch into life with her own spotlight. Thanks to you. I'm watching you.
Oh yeah.
The woman I've been excited to see all these years, crashing into life with a vengeance. I know I don't know you as well as I do Vicky-Rae, but I'm sure she has done the same for you as I've just heard. Only a soulmate can. It's been such an honour to share this journey of life with you, Vic. And now also with God, permanently at your side. It's mind-blowing being spectator to the transformation of these two wonderful and most deserving human beings. So thank you both for allowing me into your lives, and to you, Vicky, for your relentless drive to make your mark on this world of ours. You're an inspiration, and calling you my friend is a gift I treasure immensely. Merry wedding day, lovebirds. I'd like to raise a toast and cheers to enduring lifelong love and your happily ever after.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good. Really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Kelly. I believe we have one last speech.
Oh my goodness.
Oh!
Oh wow.
Auntie Mal, if you'd like to come.
Oh!
Beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Big round of applause.
Wow. Well, yeah, first of all, congratulations to you both. It's been wonderful to sit here with your friends and hear your journey. I've had that one.
Oh, I'm a figure. I got
And your ceremony was amazing, like really, really amazing. So amazing. I went home and changed my dress. I thought, I can do something targets like that. And your speeches from your friend, it's like, I was telling my husband, it's like I'm sitting in a theatre or something. This is amazing. But now here we are, Auntie Mal and Uncle Charlie, that's my husband over there. So we get to share a little bit of our story. And we're here with our other whānau here as well. And so our story goes way back. When you were only, I can't even remember. Yeah. You and your beautiful sisters. And the youngest of, the youngest of those children, sisters at that age is Bonnie, and she was 8 months old. And my husband and I had the privilege to look after these little babies, these little children, to give their mum a break. And as through the journey of life, we got to have them in our homes. We have 5 children of our own. Our children are wondering, who the heck are these kids? Don't worry, just shift over, share the kite. That's the relationship we have with this beautiful young lady. And like I said, to give Mum a break is the road, and I'm sure, and I haven't seen Vicky for a long, long time, and we reconnected, must have been about the same time you came into the scene, right? I was listening to the story and I was thinking, that's about the same time we reconnected. But we truly had the privilege to care for Vicky and her sisters when they were little. And she was, every now and then would say, well, since we reconnected, she would say, oh, Fire Mal, Auntie Mal, used to love the food, the meals we had when we came to your place. You know, all we did was open our home for these beautiful girls and share what we had with them. And years later, we reconnected. And then I heard the stories about you going on and then to uni and then doing all this amazing stuff, incredible stuff. And I and Charlie, Uncle Charlie, were beaming with pride as if you were our child. And I know that the journey still continues. The challenges still continue with your whānau. But you are surrounded by people that love you. I have felt that, I have seen that, I have heard that in the talks today. And we too are blessed to have had you in our life. So when these two, when we reconnected, she brings her boyfriend along. Run a community centre. We start packing, you know, you two start packing hampers with me and our community, for the community. And I would watch, I don't know if you were, so there's lots of people watching you there, mate. Oh, yeah. And Uncle Charlie, watch out. Yeah,
we're all watching you, Robbie.
We're always watching.
But during the hampers, I would watch this young lady and think about when she was 8 or 9, potting around our house with her sisters and her little baby sister Bonnie. She was watching over them then, as I know you're still watching over them today. I'm grateful for the love that you two share and have with each other. You deserve happiness. You deserve that happiness. And there was one thing we were both sort of saying, because Vicky always addresses us in our language, like Whaia Mau, you know, Matua. And we were just saying, hey, we were just saying, hang on, is she Māori? Like, and we were trying to figure out, well, we're just trying to figure out, we've never ever asked, so which part of the connection is with New Zealand? Is
actually my great-grandfather on my dad's side.
Oh, okay. And, well, there you go. There's
he's also the king as well. So.
Oh, there you go. That's the genealogy right there. Now we call it whakapapa. I'm not swearing. It's called whakapapa. It's the genealogy. But even though, that very small connection that it may not be small to her, the respect that we as Māori feel when you address us like that is huge, huge. And we thank you for that. Yeah. So anyway, that's me. I think your wedding has been freaking awesome. Really nice. I went home and I was telling our children, I said, yeah, and they've got these cool things. It was awesome. And then I said, you were ringing the bell. And And we walked out and we saw the car, that London
Yeah.
It was just so wonderful, and here we are in the space here, and you can feel the wairua, the spirit of the love that your friends have for you, the love that you have for each other, and the spirit, we feel it here. And thank you for having us. And as Māoris, of course, we got to sing a waiata. What's a waiata? Come on up, you 2, 3.
Lovely.
Sorry.
Does anyone remember it? I'll jump in. Does anyone remember it? I'll jump in. I know. I'll try and remember it. I'm going to remember it.
Oh, kiki kaka kaka wani ya ketara wahi kotero pera amu aha kamate mate pole kamate mate pole mate mate kamate na na itiki paka piti upane upane piti aha kamate mate pole kamate mate pole mate mate kamate na na itiki paka piti upane upane piti
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just like all the speeches, that was absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to say much more except for enjoy your main course. We'll do it a little bit later. Thank you.